So the thing is, we need to keep track of every application that is applied on this platform. So we need a table in a database that will keep track of every application. We will call that table posts applications. I will use an underscore post applications, and it's gonna have, like, let's say 6 fields, and we're gonna click go. This, it can as well be job applications, but I just want it to be consistent with the table that we're dealing with. So I have an ID. Every table should have an ID. Then the user ID, the ID of the guy that is applying, and then the post ID, the ID of the job they're applying to, and then the status, whether it is active, cancelled, or whatever. And then we're gonna look for the created at and the updated at, so that if they cancel, we can know when they cancel. So this is gonna be a date time. I'm just gonna press D on my keyboard till I find date time. Cool. I'm gonna press D again till I find date time, and the status is gonna be a variable character, and the length of value is going to be 255, and of course it can be null, and the post ID is going to be an integer with 11, and the user ID will be an integer with 11, and the ID will be an integer with 11, and these two can be null. The user ID and the post ID can be null, and the rest of these two can be null. So we're good to go right now. Is there any other information we need to store here? So there we go. We're just gonna put an primary key, and we'll just say OK, and we scroll to the left and hit on the save button, and that's creates a new job application for us. So we're just gonna have to go to our command line, and from our command line we have to create the model for this form, this table. To exit this, I'm just gonna press Ctrl+C on my keyboard twice. 1, 2. And we have exited. So right now, from here, I can now run cd bin. Remember, when you want to run the command line in your raw PHP, we're just gonna say PHP raw make model, and the name of the model is going to be post applications. Post application models are supposed to be in singular, and we will do the same thing for the controller and the view. Alright, so it has been created. We're going to do the same thing for the controller. So post application controller, that is what it's going to be, and it's going to be controller, post applications controller. All right, and we are good to go. Cool. And the final one is we're gonna make the view. Remember, the view will always be the same name with what you have in your database, posts applications. The view folder always bears the same name with the database name. All right, post applications view. All right, at this point we can just hit enter, and we're good to go. So we've created everything we want to do about this. So right now we're going to create the relationship so that we can just list list of people that applied for this post. But first of all, we're going to make the application to work. All right, so from here, when the user clicks in the view, when the user clicks the button to apply, it hits the post route, hits the apply method in the post controller, and passes a yes parameter to it. So we just go to the post, and we're just going to check right here in the apply. First of all, we're going to check whether if not empty, the args, if the arg contains something we're looking for, which is status. So if the arg contains status, remember that there is a status that we're passing in here, this status. So if there's something in the status, then what you're going to do for us is to create an application for this job. All right, I think one more thing we need to do is to pass in the job ID, the post ID. because from what we have here, there is no post ID. So I think at this point we can just do a post ID, and we're gonna call it the ID of this post. So it is inside post.id, and we're good to go. So we're going to go to our routes and tell routes that you should also expect a post ID. Okay, and I just want to come back here and make sure that the link is the same thing with this other guy. So this other guy here has the same link. All right, cool. So we passed in the post ID because we didn't pass in the user ID because we know it's already available for us in the session. So we're just basically going to do first thing we're going to do is to create an application. Okay, we'll find out what the status is. So if it is equal to yes, then we'll create an application. Else, if it is equal to cancel, we will go and update the application with a cancel. So we'll say else if it is equal to cancel, we will have to go and update. All right, so now we have this sorted out. What we're gonna do is to cancel application. So the very next thing we're gonna do is to go to the next video and insert the code that should be here. So thank you very much. See you in the next video.